Welcome to the Powerslide Marathon Tips video. Today we will talk about how to train to be able to be under 2 hours in a marathon like the Berlin Marathon, for example. There is about 1,000 skaters that skate last year that skate more than 2 hours. So if you are one of them and if your goal is to be able to reach under 2 hours, which is about 21 kilometers per hour average, I will give you some minimal tips to reach this goal. For this, you need to make sure that you skate at least 2 times per week in the 5 months previous to the marathon. There is for sure many ways to achieve this goal, but here I will give you some tips that seems, in my opinion, that should be able to make you reach this goal. So 2 times a week, 5 months before the marathon, it should be enough. If you select your good skate, if you are following correctly the advice, it should be something that you can achieve. So in the 5 months before, in the month number 1 of your training, if you go 2 times per week in the training, I recommend to do one training which is just 30 minutes. If you can do a little more already, it's pretty good, but at least make sure you do 30 minutes at the speed you want. You don't need to focus yet on going at 21 kilometers an hour. Just try to skate 30 minutes regularly to have a regular speed. It can be a training where you're alone, but focus on being regular and try to start to develop some feeling about your technique, like making a soft landing. Try to especially focus on maintaining aerodynamic position, because it will be probably one of the most difficult challenge during the marathon will be to maintain this aerodynamic position. And it's the fact that we want to improve the most in our case. So in this 30 minutes first training, try to stay as long as possible in aerodynamic position. When you feel that you get little pain on your back, go up a little bit, and as soon as it feels better, go back in position and try to maintain it for 30 minutes. In the second training, I would suggest that you still work on your basic skills on your skate. So you don't need to especially go again for long distance training, but you want to develop skills like staying on one skate and doing slalom. You want to do some very little jumps. You want to do some different corners. So try to kind of play more with your skate, and it can even be going to a Friday night skating where you will be with other people around. That could work as a training for this. You will be in the city, you will have a lot of corners, and in Berlin Marathon there is also a lot of corners to do, so get used to this. Develop your agility and your skills on your skate in a second training for at least 30 minutes again. In the second month of your training, I would suggest to start to improve a little bit the time of training, and going from 30 minutes we will go to 45 minutes in your training. And if you're skating alone here, the main goal will still be to get a regular speed. We don't need to focus yet on going over 21 kilometers per hour, but we still want to be able to maintain our aerodynamic position for a long period of time. So 45 minutes would be already pretty good. In the second training, I would suggest to try to find a friend and try to skate with somebody else, and start to get used to skate also 45 minutes, but try to skate behind somebody and start to give relay. So try to find somebody from a similar level of you, motivate one friend to come with you to make the marathon, and start training at following the same step. Okay, we will also have one of the video Powerslide technical tips that will explain you how to follow the step properly. It will be a game changer for the marathon if you are able already to skate behind somebody and follow the same step. Three months before the event, in your first training, I would suggest to go for 2 series of 30 minutes. So we start to increase even more the volume here. And here, still the same goal. We want to, for sure, try to maintain an aerodynamic position as long as possible. And keep focusing on other elements of technique, like having a soft landing and having a nice push to the side, for example. In your second training here, I would suggest to go for 45 minutes and split this training in 3 moments. 15 minutes where you basically work your skills of standing on one skate, doing slalom on one skate, doing some little jump on 2 skates or on 1 skate. Then 15 minutes where you walk at a speed, try to find the speed of 21 kilometers per hour or a little faster. You can do this alone or maybe with your friend already, but if you can do it alone, 15 minutes at the speed of the race, that would already be pretty good. And then the last 15 minutes of your training, be with your friend again and work again how to follow the same step without really focusing on the speed you're going, but focusing on how to take the same step. Two months before the event, we increase a little more again the time of training. The first training, I think, should be around 1 hour skating non-stop in this period, and still focusing on being able to maintain the position, because this will be the challenge for the event. So 2 months before, first training, 1 session of 1 hour, regular speed, maintaining a good aerodynamic position. In the second training, I would suggest to split it, to make again 1 hour if possible, and split it in 3 periods. One warming up period of 20 minutes where you can go slower than the speed of the race that you target. Then a second 20 minutes where you try to be always over 21 kilometers per hour. So try to find a good lap, try to find a place where you can take your lap time to make sure you are in this zone. And then the last 20 minutes, you go more relaxed, but you focus on maintaining your aerodynamic position. And finally, 1 month before the event, you need to make little more effort. I would suggest to go for 3 trainings in the week, and with 3 training of 40 minutes. So basically 3 times 40 minutes would be 2 hours at the end. So it will give you the volume that you need to get used to the race. And in this 3 training of 40 minutes, I would divide it in a 10 minutes warm up, 20 minutes at race speed, and 10 minutes cool down. The second training, you could do some little interval style with 10 minutes warm up, 20 minutes of 2 minutes, 2 minutes, which means you go 2 minutes faster than what you want, and then 2 minutes slower than the racing speed. And then the last 10 minutes of your training, you can cool down and focus again on your position and following the same step if you are with a friend. And the third training for that week would be 10 minutes, then 20 minutes of interval of 1 minute, 1 minute, and then 10 minutes cool down, again focusing on position. We will put the detail of this training in the description, and I hope this can motivate you to go from more than 2 hours in a marathon to under 2 hours. Of course, you have to select good your marathon to achieve this. Some marathons like Berlin are perfect to get a good time. Some marathons are more difficult if there is uphill and downhill, but it's still a good training plan. If you want less than 2 hours, select good your skate and make sure you train minimum 2 times a week for 5 months. Thanks for following this video, and see you in the next one.